I love that they base it off an employee. That makes me super happy. As time starts now. Okay, cool. I can exit. So... Oh, Zarya is killing... I'm like, what are you doing, Zarya? She's just killing stuff there. So, pushed up pretty far here is the defense at the first bus, as Dehang is going to be taking a bit of pressure. You see Junkrat trying to fall back here a little bit. Man, I wish that thing wasn't there. That's like cutting off a ton of my vision. And so is this tree. Just having a hard time finding a good camera angle here. But Winston taken out for the offense. A good pin there by Dehang. Dehang does get stunned by McCree. It's not jumping to him. Jump! There. Wow, it's not working. There we go. So good job there by Dehang to dash in. Is going to get the kill. He's going to fall back. And on the objective already is... Who was it on there? I didn't see who it was, but you see the dash coming out. It was Farah. It wasn't able to pin Farah. Farah sitting up in the air, putting a lot of damage. Does not come back. Is taken out by the blue team Farah. Good job there by the defense, reacting very quickly. However, this is giving them an opportunity to push forward. As you see Winston leaping in. Winston's going to be able to do a lot of disruption here with his shield. Going to try to track down that Mercy. Mercy going to be able to get out of there and fall back. Is three... Oh, no! It looked like the car ended up blocking the ultimate. The Zarya ultimate ends up missing too, not hitting anybody, as Epidemic... Or, I'm sorry, Winston is going to be putting a bit of damage out there, continuing to stay on the point, going to duel it out with Zenyatta. Zenyatta not going to be able to stand against him, as 1/3 of the capture point is captured, as McCree comes in here doing quite a bit of damage with the Hang, pushing him back, and now Junkrat coming in. Farah now chasing him down. Clock going to get the kill on the Symmetra. So it'll be interesting to see where Symmetra is going to be setting up her turrets. It could be very important on shutting down, you know, one side of the map. So it'll be really important, you know, to keep her turrets up if you can. It looks like she's going to push forward a little bit here, and this is a good flanking position for the enemy team, so I think that'll help. And I like the redundancy of having kind of two separate areas. But Winston coming in, he is ulting, putting out a lot of damage. He has an Orb of Discord and an Orb of Harmony on him, it looked like. Drops his shield, going to come forward, actually leaps out as he is taken down to 90 health. Finally taken out there as the Farah chases, and the defense is going to be able to hold here. Symmetra going to be continuing to chase down that McCree. Not going to be able to get that kill. It looks like he was able to fall back as the point again being contested. The ultimate coming out is going to finally kill the, I think that was Farah there who ended up dying. Who was it that died? It was Farah, as 3 blue players end up sitting on the hill protecting it, as the Junkrat Tire, is he going to be able to find anybody? Comes around this corner, finds Lucio. It looks like he did get the kill on the Lucio. Good job there on the Junkrat. Excuse me, on the Junkrat, as you see the blue team setting up on the high ground. And again, Symmetra with this redundancy. They've got the 2 here. They think they're safe. They're going to come through, get hit by a couple more. I really like what Symmetra's doing there to help lock down that side. As Farah up top, Dehang still in the front, and it's going to really prevent a lot of that spamming coming out. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing to break through that. Zarya trying to do as much damage as she can. Winston's going to jump in, start putting down the Farah ultimate. Does kill Winston, but not able to get anyone to move. McCree, though, gets the double ultimate. Nice job there with the high noon. Coming around now, flanking the Zenyatta, and not able to get that other kill, as Farah does have both orbs on her now, one from each team. She's taken out. We're seeing a lot of Zenyatta play here today, as, again, though, the defense holds strong, and you see them possibly setting up here on this right side. I don't know. Are they going to try and bait this? It doesn't look like they're baiting. It looks like they are just kind of probing. So pushing up a little bit here is the Farah, as she's just spamming. She does have that Harmony Orb. She's now getting the damage boost, so that spam is just going to do that much stronger and better damage. So I think this is great spam around that corner, trying to lock them down. And it looks like McCree on the attack is trying to push forward. Sorry, went onto the Zenyatta, tried to get on the McCree, as he's coming forward here. And is going to fall back and try to reposition. So we'll see Dehang here in the front, going to be chasing down this Winston with the Orb of Discord. He's going to be taking so much extra damage, not able to finish the kill, but is going to be able to push back that Winston, as Winston now jumping in with his ultimate is going to get a bit of a heal, and he has no problem dueling with him, but he jumps onto the point, is taken out, and doesn't really get an opportunity for his team to really pressure them, as Winston was really the only one forward there. So the defense doing a fantastic job of holding themselves, and Are they going to be able to make this move? You see the buff, the AoE heal coming out, trying to put on the damage. Then Yada does not end up falling here as they put in pressure on the Dehang. He gets knocked back, is taken out, and this is their opportunity. Will he speed boost them in? About 8 seconds left. He's just going to run through the turrets. Does take out one, does take out two. But this is going to be crucial here as the ultimate coming out from the Pharah is going to close it out. The ultimate from Lucio putting out the shields. And the Transcendence coming out is going to be healing everybody around the ultimate. The pin does kill. Yeah, it does kill the Pharah. And now back here on the point, the Zarya is going to be holding it, but she has the Orb of Discord on her. She's going to be taking extra damage. Dehang trying to chase her down, and they're so close to capping it, but the defense does end up holding again. Are they going to be able to get the touch on it? They aren't, and that is going to be it. And in 4 minutes and basically 5 minutes and 23 seconds, they're able to lock it down on that first point. Great job by the defense. There was multiple times where Winston was able to get in onto the point. However, he didn't have a ton of backup, and so I'm wondering if, unfortunately, when he was coming forward and leaping, he was leaping from almost that bus, where the bus is at, and I think it was just creating too much separation. But another big part of that was Symmetra, on Clock playing Symmetra, had a wonderful job shutting down that right side flank, and it was very difficult. It would be the left side attacking flank, right side defense flank, and they had a really hard time getting through that. So it'll be interesting to see what Dehang and his crew do here to try to push forward. And again, you can see my timing is a little bit off. I talked about this being one of the weaknesses of the way I'm doing the stopwatch right now. It's unfortunate, but it said 5:22 is the match time. I said 5:23:36. It's pretty close, but depending upon if I'm paying attention, if I'm able to hit it right, it is going to kind of affect things a little bit, which is unfortunate. And it's not perfect. I would love to see a stopwatch implemented. Let's see. Yep, it is going to lock me in here again. So I think there is something with this map with locking you into the attack, which is okay. That's something I'll write up. But let's see here. So Clock, Dehang, and ID right now. Their team, that's Styles, Slasher, Dehang, Clock, ID, and I think it's Big Bad Brad. There we go. I couldn't see his name. On some of these things, it's very like on that. That's really hard to read. On that, I can read it. So Pluppy and his crew. Let's see if that lets me on that one. No, I gotta wait for the doors to open. Pluppy and his crew. It looks like we're gonna have a Hanzo. I'm surprised nobody's running Sniper. I really did think that was going to be an important part of all the strategies. But they've been playing Hanzos and McCrees a bit more than they have been playing the Widowmakers. I'm going to take a quick drink before this round starts, guys. I'm really sorry. Just don't want to dry out too much because then I end up cracking and things like that. We do see a double Roadhog here. This will be interesting to see how this is played because on the other defensive side, we saw Reinhardt, and I felt like the Reinhardt did a really fantastic job with his shield and was really able to control, that front area in front of the first point. So it'll be interesting to see how these Roadhogs do. Oh, and one switched, actually. We're not double Roadhog anymore. It's going to be Roadhog and a Zarya. And so we are off. Here we start. And again, the first attacking team, who's now on defense, was not able to get the first point. So basically, if they can capture the first point, they are going to have the victory here in the stopwatch mode. But we'll see if they're going to be able to really hold the defense. I love that Zarya shield. How that Zarya shield works is, so sorry guys, is it blocks a certain amount of damage. I don't know how much that damage is, but then it gives Zarya a damage boost. And so really powerful tool for mitigating damage, but then also helps dish out a little bit more damage. So she can be a lot of fun to play. One of my favorite characters, and I hope we see some great action for her. As you see, again, Clock on this Reinhardt, his shield is going to go down. Ton of spam coming out here. As you see the Harmony Orb going out onto this Pharah, and Pharah going to probably come around the corner and start poking here a little bit. As you see Roadhog dueling it out here with the Lucio, as Reinhardt has come back. Reaper tried to flank, but not able to. He's going to be taken out, and unfortunately, that's going to be one dead for him. Oops, I thought I got onto that Pharah. Oh, I did, and then it kicks me off her. Sorry about that, guys. And on the Zarya here, you see her kind of casting out her shields. Going to be putting out some damage onto the Clock. Clock going to be able to get around the corner as Farah now going to be chasing her down, shielding herself, putting it damage. Does get the kill onto Farah. That is great kill. But Clock and Big Bad Brad are going to be on this point. But being contested right now by Vorpal, the shield is broken, pushed so far away. Vorpal is going to have that shield from Zarya, making him a bad target to target. But you need to stop that ultimate somehow. The leap coming in. Zarya protecting herself from the shield. The damage coming out here from both players. Zarya ends up winning that. Here's the Dragon, not going to be able to push them off the point, as Transcendence coming out is going to keep the defense up. So great job here by the defense. However, the attacking team is going to have a res. Two players looks like they ate a rocket. Don't know how much damage they ended up taking, as the pin coming out here from Clock kills the Zarya. The ult from ID ends up getting a couple players. He ends up falling. However, 4 players dead here for the blue team, as the lone Hanzo on defense trying to do something here. It's going to be very difficult for him. As you see him just kind of rush up, they're able to get that capture, so good job. And they did it in 3 minutes and 11 seconds, so fantastic job there from ID to Hang. Styles, Clock, Big Bad Brad, and I don't know if I missed anybody. I think I might have missed Slasher. Sorry if I missed you there, Slasher. And their team doing a good job. But now they got to come around this corner as they escort the payload. You see good spamming here coming out from this Farah. It does get her ultimate. It'll be interesting to see when she ends up using it. It's going to be hard to use it now. She's going to be a huge target as she's floating in front of those McCrees, and she's going to see herself falling back a little bit. I think that's wise, as this 5-man push squad or 4-man push squad is coming forward. It sounded like some automatic fire. I thought I might have heard a bash in. I didn't. I don't know what I heard there. The Dragon coming out and not going to get any kills. Great adjustment there, as we do have a Farah mid-air duel. You see her dropping in, going to be trying to protect her Reinhardt, putting damage into the Roadhog. Roadhog taking a lot of hits here, just juggling him over and over. Amazing rocket play there from that Farah. I don't know who that was. That might have been ID, I think it was. That was just sick rocket play there. As a teleporter coming up here, which is going to be big for the defensive team. Let's see if they're going to be able to protect it. Right now, they have a good job. It's going to be protected for a while as the offensive team kind of fell back. They're regrouping. As you see McCree there right in the center of the screen, it looked like he might have ended up getting a kill there, putting out damage. Very accurate. You heard, I think, 5 of the 6 shots ended up hitting. There's another hit as he's kind of spraying. They're doing a fantastic job. He gets a kill onto Lucio. Zarya, who's going to drop her all, getting all the people. The ultimate coming out from the Farah, though, is going to be able to take out 2, as the rush coming in there from DeHang. Was that DeHang on Reinhardt? I think that was DeHang. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of people. No, that wasn't DeHang. That was who was playing Reinhardt? Clock. That was Clock. I think DeHang was playing them last game. So they just got the second checkpoint, and I know it says that their time is slower, which is okay because again, the last team didn't make it to the first checkpoint, so that's all they had to do was get to through the first checkpoint. So they do already have the victory, but we're just kind of trying to track their time. And again, this is practice for me to help me get used to using all these tools, because it is a bit of multitasking here, and it's been a little taxing for me to keep everything straight. So I just appreciate you guys understanding that the clock is a little different and off right now. So McCree coming across the side here, as you see many of the players here. Oh, his ultimate's coming out. He is going to end up using it, try to falling back, and does get killed by the Zarya. Good job pressuring there from the Zarya. Is going to be able to take him out as they're coming forward here again towards that last point, as Zarya is spamming around the corner. 4 players on fire, as the Dragon coming out, pushing him back. The Faras are dueling again mid-air. He's going to drop down onto this Reaper, hits him with a 1 rocket. The shift coming out, the nether shift, or I think that's what it's called, something like that. And let's see if he's going to go up in the air here high. No, he's going to spam on the ground. I think that's smart. Going to allow himself to save a little bit of his skills, but does get taken down as the red team does get behind this... The Zarya ult does come out. I'm sorry, the Lucio ult comes out. He's going to be able to shield himself. The ult here from Roadhog pushing everybody back. They do get around the corner. However, this who is this in front there? I think that's Lucio. It does finally get taken out here from the Zarya. Got a little sidetracked there in my thoughts, so my apologies. And a great defensive hold here again. So the defensive hold does happen. We're going to see the payload start rocking back a little bit. And let's see if they're going to be able to keep it, as we see some spam coming out here from the Rockets. Good job there by the Farah pushing back. The hook there from Roadhog does get the kill, so that is going to be a Farah down here for the attackers. They're going to be 1 player down. I'm sure they're going to end up slow playing here a little bit. Coming back here is that Farah again, who's playing really well. I really like the way she moves. and is just able. I think she just controls her fuel really well. I've really been enjoying watching that. The hook coming out here is going to hit the shotgun. Does hit the melee. He's just going to fall back. Winston doesn't really have a good sustain for himself. He's going to have to find himself a health pack if he wants to re-engage. Now Clock on this Reinhardt going to be pushing forward. The Resurrect coming out here. I'm kind of surprised. I think it was only one player. Oh no! Verbal ends up falling into a mob of attacking players. He is taken out, and now Pluppy and them are going to try to push forward and do a little bit of damage. Justice Reigns, the ultimate coming out, is going to get a couple kills here onto the attacking team. I'm sorry, onto the defensive team, as 3 players dead here for the defensive team, as Clock is going to be dueling it out here with this Reaper, and Reaper is going to get the best of him. I think that's a little bit weighted in his favor. Now we have Styles trying to duke it out with another Reaper. It's going to have another shift, falling back, trying to look for a heal. It looks like he is topped off, as I think it's the Orb of Harmony. Does have his ultimate, and not able to push forward. High Noon coming out, not going to be able to get the kill because of the Zarya shield, but does get the kill onto the Reaper. So good job there from the McCree, as he'll be back trying to rebuild his ultimate. And Zarya going to fall back. Doesn't have a whole lot of charge right now. And again, as she grows her charge, she's going to do more damage. She grows her charge by shielding her teammates and herself, and then having them take damage. So that's what that number means on her reticle. It kind of helps her build some of that. So a good flank here, putting pressure on multiple sides here onto the Clock. Clock is taken down. They're playing the Reinhardt. Double Winston as they're trying to push through here onto the shields. A lot of damage coming out here from the Pharah. The ultimate from Reaper not able to do as much as I think as he was hoping. The ultimate coming out from Hanzo, and the ultimate from Zarya just missing. However, they're chasing down a few of the players here. It looks like there's still 2 down for the attacking team. 2 Winston's up though. She does have full charge, as you hear that gun humming very loudly.